Jarrett. This is a continuance of our leadership development series, and today we're introducing what I think is an exciting new concept called mentorship by association. Imagine, for me, if you will, a protege who's excited. The night before, they've picked out their outfit, they've got pen and paper ready, and they're excited about sitting down and learning from this new mentor that they have, because in the back of their mind, they are hoping that there'll be a new leadership position, maybe even more money, more responsibility as a result of them being paired with this person. On the other hand, the mentor is frantically looking for materials, points, things that have been handed to him or her down through the years so that they can fill an hour's worth of time with this protege to not only impress them, but to make sure that they haven't wasted their time and to give them an opportunity that's genuine. The only issue that I see with this is that it eliminates a very important step and a very important element, which is no benefit of the wisdom and experience that they could gain if they could see you doing the job that you want them to do or the job that you're doing. So let's hurry to the classroom. I'm excited about this new concept, and let's learn together about how we can incorporate it into your everyday work life.
Mentorship by association. Who really has the time? I'm excited about this. Today we're going to reinforce the importance of creating a pipeline of leaders in the organization. Already, no doubt, you have a group of individuals that you see have potential. The first step in developing them is to have them mentored by a natural association with you, the leader. Keep in mind that this cannot be delegated. So let's look at several ways that we can perform this mentorship by association. When mentoring by association, let's keep in mind that we want to avoid the pitfalls of a formal mentorship process and create opportunities out of the natural extension of your workday. The first thing that you can do is invite them to a meeting. This is a good place to start, and you really want to focus on your internal staff meeting that you normally have with your staff or with peers. Graduate this to maybe your boss's staff meeting at some point in time. But an important part is to prepare them with your rules and expectations for their participation. Additionally, warn them about any potential snipers that may be at the meeting. Don't be afraid to ask them to step out if things get dicey. The second way that you can make this natural extension occur is to invite them to a lunch meeting. Make sure you already have a predetermined topic to discuss. It could be about a process that needs improvement or a plan that you want to implement there in the workplace or at your church or ministry, whatever. Your main goal is to see how they think. Do your best to uncover their strengths and learn a little bit about their personal lives and hobbies if you can. The last thing is to invite them to a formal mentorship meeting, but this is going to have a little bit of a caveat attached to it. It should be an open-ended meeting with a specific start time and end time, but not a specific topic. You really want to see if they're going to try to impress you with what they already know, or if they're going to spend the time productively and glean from what you know. So just a couple of things: avoid formal meetings if it's possible, make the mentorship meeting open-ended, and make mentorship a natural extension of your day. The second way to help develop through the natural extension is inviting your protege to lunch. So what we want to do is make sure that if we're going to invite them to lunch, discuss a prepared subject. Keep the initial meeting to anywhere from between 30 to 45 minutes. And what you want to do during this meeting is to ask your protege for their advice on small decisions that you have pending. Another thing you can do is get their take on how to improve a process or some issue that's going on there in your organization. The second thing that you want to do is explore their strengths, not their weaknesses at this point, and find out what they're interested in, any hobbies or anything that they enjoy doing during their personal time. So business related strengths and the kinds of tasks they like are going to help you immensely in placing this person in the organization so that they can succeed immediately. And you really do want to take a genuine interest in their hobbies and what's going on in their lives. This is something that you as a leader should be doing anyway. Why do you want to do this? Because all of this gives you valuable insight into what's going on with them and how they think. That is a key thing for you, and it's invaluable. Surprisingly, most proteges do not know how to conduct themselves at a business meeting. And so there's real subtle rules to cover, and please take the opportunity to do so. Where to sit at a table, especially when there are upper management people there. How to order when someone else is paying for it. A booth or a table. A person who's a larger individual may prefer sitting at a table. If you have something that's very sensitive, you might want to choose a booth. And there certainly are topics that you don't want to talk about at a business lunch meeting. Make sure you go over those with your protege. This is one of my favorite ways and to make a natural work extension out of a mentorship opportunity. And that is to set up an impromptu meeting. So without announcing it, some afternoon after lunch, make the decision to leave work early and suggest that you spend some time with your protege. If you're going to have a separate meeting, focus on answering questions about whatever problems they may face. In other words, don't have an agenda item already prepared to discuss. See if you can get them to talk. Gauge their comfort around upper management before you include your superiors in a meeting with your protege. One of the key things to gauge here, and we've talked about it earlier, is are they attempting to oppress you, which is a waste of your time, or are they trying to glean from your wisdom and experience, which is really what you want? Never end a session with just some verbal chatter. Make sure you take the opportunity to end the session by reinforcing your vision, your philosophy, and your goals. And check for their buy-in. If they're hesitant, you might want to start to watch that. Alrighty, here's our big dismount slide. Here are a few other tips for associative mentorship. The first is that these meetings should be natural and not forced. If you're having to carve out time or cancel meetings or different things like that, then you're working way too hard at this. You just want them to be associated with you to be able to watch you do the job that you want them to do, or that you want them to see how you do your job. As you can see, these meetings are an initial start to providing them with ample opportunities to see how things work at the next level. So that's great. As you begin to get more comfortable, you can up the ante. Include them in additional meetings and longer social activities such as corporate sponsored events, client dinners, and maybe even a golf outing. You really want to make yourself available to the protege. Give them some parameters, but make yourself available by phone or by text if they've got a question. Obviously, you can curtail this or scale this back if it begins to be abused. But the more your future leaders can be around you, the quicker they will be able to come up to speed and adopt your philosophies towards business and success. If you fail to do this, you're really leaving their development to chance, and you're assuming that they can do it on their own. Last but not least, you'll see this bullet point on almost every session that we have in class, and that's to check again to make sure this is what they really want. As time goes by, people change their minds, and again, they may be content at the level that they're at, or they may find some really nice parking spot along the journey. Always check to make sure that they're not doing what you want them to do and that this is in line with their vision and value and goals for their life. Well, that's all the time we have. Thanks again, and we'll see you at the top.
I trust that you found the information helpful. If you need to contact me, please do so with the info listed on the screen. We'll see you next time.